I didn't move for I don't know how long. The presentation was still on my laptop. The city was still outside my window, but I was somewhere else entirely. I was inside that grainy green footage, watching it loop over and over in my head. A man I didn't recognize, in my home with my wife. My mind scrambled, trying to make sense of the impossible. She said she was going to bed early. She said she was tired. At 11:47 p.m., when the camera time-stamped his arrival, I had believed her. I was on a business trip 3,000 miles away, thinking she was asleep in our bed. Instead, our home, our sanctuary, had become a stage for a betrayal I was now watching on a delayed broadcast. I started digging, scrolling back through days, then weeks of footage. I became a detective in my own marriage. Had I missed something? Was there a pattern I'd been blind to? The pieces started clicking into place with a sickening finality. The late nights, she said, were for grading papers. The new gym membership she was suddenly so excited about. The way she'd started keeping her phone face down on the table. It wasn't the first time he'd been there. That's what destroyed me. This wasn't a one-time mistake. It had been happening for weeks, maybe months, and I'd been completely oblivious, lost in my own world, not seeing any of it. 6 hours. That's what the GPS said. 6 hours between the airport and that front door. 6 hours to think about what I'd say, what I'd do, what her face would look like when she realized I knew everything. Every mile marker on the highway felt like a tick of a clock counting down to the explosion of our lives. I thought about calling her, screaming at her through the phone, demanding answers. But I didn't want to hear her voice. I wanted to see her face. I needed to witness the moment the truth dawned on her. I needed to see her reaction, unfiltered and raw. I drove through the night, fueled by a cocktail of rage and heartbreak. The irony was suffocating. She texted me around 3 a.m. A simple message, thinking of you, love, miss you, with a heart emoji. Just 3 hours after he had walked out of our house. She was already lying in our bed, probably sending me that message while his scent was still on her skin, on our sheets. The hypocrisy was breathtaking. I gripped the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. Each word of that text was a separate stab to the heart. When I finally pulled into our driveway, the sun was just beginning to rise. I could have stayed in the car. I could have just driven away, vanished, started a new life somewhere else. Never said a word. Part of me, the part that was terrified of the confrontation to come, screamed at me to do just that. But I couldn't. I needed to hear her say it. I needed to watch the words leave her mouth. I needed this nightmare to be real, confirmed by her, not just a silent movie playing on my phone. I walked in, she was in the kitchen making coffee, and she smiled when she saw me. "You're home early. What a great surprise," she said, moving to hug me. I didn't move. I just held up my phone and pressed play. The smile melted from her face, replaced by a horror that was exactly what I had imagined for 6 straight hours. There was no denial. There couldn't be. The The camera had been the silent, impartial witness. We stood there in the wreckage of that moment, the happy morning shattered into a million pieces. The confrontation was ugly. Tears, accusations, broken-hearted questions. She told me his name was Kyle, a colleague from the school where she taught. And then, in the middle of our shouting and crying, her phone rang. It was another teacher from the school. Her face went pale as she listened. When she hung up, she looked at me, her eyes wide with a new, different kind of shock. "Kyle's dead," she whispered. "He'd been in a car accident the night before. Left our house angry," she said. "The road was wet. He wasn't paying attention. He drove his car off a bridge. The world tilted on its axis. The affair was one thing, a tragedy I could process, maybe even eventually forgive. But this, his death, changed everything. It wasn't just about us anymore. It was about him, a man now gone forever, his last moments tangled up with our broken marriage. In the weeks that followed, I became obsessed with the footage. I watched that final night more times than I can count. Not to punish myself, not to relive the betrayal, but because I was searching for something else. And I found it. I started to notice things I'd missed in my initial rage. The body language, the tone of their argument, even though I couldn't hear the words. I saw her hand him his jacket. I saw her stand with her arms crossed as he pleaded. I saw her shake her head, firmly, and then I saw her point to the door. She ended it. That night, before he died, she ended it. He didn't leave happy. He stormed out and he drove away angry, and the road was wet, and now he's gone. This discovery didn't absolve her, but it changed the narrative. It wasn't a passionate goodbye before he went home to his own life. It was a messy, painful breakup that ended in a catastrophe. We were trapped. How do you grieve a man who was your wife's lover? How do you comfort a wife who is mourning a secret relationship? There was no roadmap for this. We were frozen in a moment we couldn't escape, haunted by a ghost we couldn't speak of. The question of forgiveness became infinitely more complex. Could I forgive the affair now that it was sealed by death? I used to think this camera was for security, to protect our home, to give us peace of mind when we were away. Now I know it's something else. It's a chronicler, a silent witness to everything we are, everything we do, and everything we hide. It saw her with him. It saw me watching the footage in a hotel room thousands of miles away. It saw the moment she knew that I knew, and now it sees us. It sees us sitting at the dinner table in silence. It sees us trying to talk, the words clumsy and heavy. It sees us trying to find our way back to each other through a fog of grief and betrayal. Some truths you can't unsee. Some wounds leave scars that never fully fade. The image of them together is burned into my memory. But I've learned that love, real love, isn't about a perfect, unbroken story. It's not about never being hurt. It's about choosing every single day to stay, to face the wreckage and decide to rebuild. To believe that what's broken can, with time and effort, still be beautiful in its own way. It's a conscious choice we have to make every morning when we wake up next to each other. The camera still watches. It always will. It's a permanent fixture in our home, a reminder of the fragility of trust. But now, so do we. We watch each other, not with suspicion, but with intention. We watch for the small moments of connection. A shared look across the room. A hand reaching out for the other. The small gestures that mean we're still here. We're still trying. That somewhere, underneath all the pain and the secrets, we are still us. The path forward is uncertain, and maybe we'll never be what we were, but maybe, just maybe, we can become something new, something stronger, something that survived. Thank you for listening.